Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to my art table. We are going to get started on our project today, and this is sort of like an art poem, and it's going to be all about you. Yes, you. What you had to do before we get our paper, I've got my drawing paper ready to go. You needed to make a list of 10 things that describe you, and I wanted it to be positive because this is a uplifting poem. We don't want any negative thoughts. Now, I tried to think of words that described me but aren't just your average ordinary fun, happy. Those aren't as exciting as words like imaginative and clever. And if you're stuck for coming up with those different kinds of words, there is something that is called a thesaurus, not a dinosaurus, a thesaurus. And a thesaurus is a book of synonyms. And no, not the stuff that gets sprinkled on food. A synonym is a word that means the same as another word. Sort of like happy and joyous. I didn't think of it for a while. Happy and joyous mean the same thing, but joyous is more descriptive. So if you go to thesaurus.com, there's a little bar at the top. You can type in a word like funny. Here's what it looks like. I will show you on my computer. You type in a word like funny and it lists, oh, of course it goes off. It lists all of the synonyms for that. Whimsical. Ooh, isn't that a good one? Entertaining, hilarious, ridiculous, silly, amusing, good-humored. All of those are so much better than funny. So after you have your 10 exciting, wonderful words, we're going to start drawing. Are you ready? Okay. Get your pencil and your paper, and let's do this. All right, I've got my pencil, and I'm ready. So our papers are going to be vertical, and we are going to draw 5 wavy lines. Now, you don't want your wavy lines to be like, rough seas. You want them to be smooth sailing. So I'm going to leave, maybe like a finger tip, like to your knuckle here. And I'm just going to make this curve flow across. Then I'm gonna jump down another finger. And then this one is also going to curve. I don't want it to be parallel, so I'm kind of making it a little different. And then the next one, maybe this one, I will start curving down, and then this one will go up. And then I need 2 more. So you want to space them pretty evenly. So it is like that. So I've got this one's a little squinched at the bottom, but that's okay. All right, so now that we have our paper divided into these sections, we're going to be writing in our poem. So the poem starts with the words I am, and then ... So the letters are going to fit into the sections, and they're going to kind of curve and fit in with the shape up here. So I'm going to start with the word I. I'm going to bring it to the top, and it's going to go all the way down. And the bottom of the I curves with that curve there. And then I'm going to do am, and I'm going to make sure that you leave a little space so you know it's a separate word. You don't want to crowd it. And then this is lowercase, so I'm going to put am, and then I'm going to do my ... Now I need to fit a word in here that fits. So obviously I don't want to use something like thoughtful or imaginative because that's not going to fit. So this is where your list, you're going to kind of look through here and you're going to say, oh, kind or calm would fit really nicely there. So I'm going to fit in calm. I am calm. So I'm going to fit this word in. C-A, and it's big, L, and my M fits in there just like that. Now, you might be thinking, well, it's hard to kind of read, but that's the whole art part of it. It's not going to be like some easy to read thing, you're gonna have to kind of dig and look for what the adjectives are. All right, so then now for my next row, you might not use all 10 of your words, and that's okay. I'm gonna cross off calm because I used that one. I think the next one I will put in is artistic, because that one's pretty important to me. So I am calm and then artistic, and I'm going to start this with a capital A. And you can use a combination of lowercase and uppercase. It is totally up to you how you want to do your lettering. Obviously, you want to make sure that things are spelled correctly. And I didn't spell it correctly. I missed the T. Way to go, Ms.E. Forgetful or bad speller could be on my list, but nope, we got to keep it positive. So I'm going to fit a T. I need to get an eraser. That's why we're putting it in pencil. All right, let me fit this in. I'm going to squeeze the T in there. There we go. That looks much better. Artistic. And because I have more than one word here, I want to put a comma to separate them. Artistic. And then I need another small word, so I'm going to fit kind. And then I'm just going to continue doing this all the way down my paper. All right, so I'm going to keep lettering, and you can watch me fill this in and get some ideas how you might want to arrange yours. Things. I'm going to take a pause here. As I'm lettering this, you might notice the lowercase and sometimes uppercase are going to be different sizes, and that is okay. Normally, your I would be this part of the T, but you need it to fit from top to bottom. Same thing with letters that typically would go beneath the line. They are fitting in here, so that is why the G fits in here. It's not hanging below the line. Same thing with the Y. It fits in here. It is not going into the next space. I hope that makes sense. So the lettering has to stay within those spaces, and it stretches from top to bottom. So normally a V would not be as tall as a T, but in this case it is, and that's just a design choice. This is the way that the picture is going to come out. All right, I've got one more word to fill in here. So my last word, imaginative, fit that whole thing, just like thoughtful did, one word. Smaller words, you can fit 2 in a space. So I only used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of my 10 words, and that is okay. You might say, hey, you got a space left on the bottom. That is where your name goes. So I'm going to fill in Miss Eckenroth. And that is where you would fit your name. You can do just your first name, or you can do first and last. That is totally your choice. there is our poem. We've got it in there, so you can take a Sharpie marker and go over it, and then kind of take your eraser and clean it up and get ready to color for the next time. Or you can just leave it as a pencil if it takes you a little bit longer to do this. If you need to stop and then come back to it next week, that is okay. We're going to be finishing, you'll have plenty of time to finish these. So I hope that you had fun coming up with your list of words and writing it into your design here. And I will see you back here in the art room next time, and we'll continue working on these. Have a great week, you guys.